We're brothers. We're happy and we're singing and we're brothers. Give me a high five.
Your brothers?
No.
Yes.
What's up, everybody? It is the Kyle and Craig Show.
My name is Kyle.
My name is Craig. It is season 3, episode 2, and pretty much we have two things to talk about.
Pretty much.
UFC 220. See that?
What?
Did everybody see that?
No. Two things to talk about. 220. I don't get it.
I go. So pretty much we have two things to talk about. Pretty much. You're such a jack. You suck so bad. See? Do you see what I'm talking about? It would be like that for hours. I'm like, Patriots won. He'd be like, Patriots won. Fucking saying that. It would drive me up a wall, man. Except we're on live radios. I couldn't tell him to shut up. Like, bruh. It's just, I don't know. It's just funny. Anyways.
I don't know why.
I don't know. It's a nervous tick.
Funny.
I shake my leg every minute of every day. It's a nervous tick.
Yep. Still working on this show thing here. So we suck at bringing it in.
Yeah.
That was embarrassing.
That's good.
I thought you were playing with words with 222.
Huh?
You're like, we got two things to talk about pretty much. 220. I don't know. I missed it.
Oh.
I didn't know what you were talking about.
No, yeah. I don't know. That's good.
That's hilarious. Well, anyways.
Yes. So we have UFC 220 to talk about. And then obviously we're recording this on Sunday. So tonight we have the Vikings versus the Eagles for the NFC Championship and the Patriots versus the Jaguars for the AFC Championship. By the time they'll see this, it already happened.
I'm literally not talking. I'm literally not talking. That's why I'm just going like, so I don't accidentally say anything you're just saying.
And then I go like this. So they've already seen it. And he's like, hey Sam, trash bag? Hey Kyle, a trash bag? Yeah,
like literally
he's
went out of my way.
Trying hard not to say word for word what I'm saying. So I'm like, so it already happened. He's like,
I'm trash.
You are a trash bag. But anyways, we give a flying fuck about football.
Oh, fuck.
I'm
just kidding. I'm just kidding. I'm just kidding.
No,
anyways, yeah, man. Fuck that shit.
Anyways,
Let's talk about 220.
Fuck this shit. Let's talk about 220.
You're such a bitch.
All right, yeah. Go ahead.
So we were debating 2 weeks ago if we should spend $65 fucking on this goddamn special event pay-per-view.
Yeah.
And it was totally worth it. It wasn't looking like it was going to be, but it was.
It's worth every goddamn penny. It was a good time. Because at the same time, obviously on Bellator, they had free fights on cable.
They had a stacked card.
Yeah, it's stacked card.
I don't have Paramount, man.
Yeah,
it's not for some reason.
I don't know.
I just
it's
don't
weird.
need it.
It's for some weird reason. Like, because you have a lot of channels. You have HD, everything. But
yeah, but I got like...
You only don't have the Paramount Network.
Well, HD isn't whatever. It's definitely my package. I don't know what package you guys have over there.
Get Paramount.
For what, man?
Missing
for the one time that Bellator has a good card?
Yeah, I suppose. And it's all...
It's going to cost me an extra $10 a month. I'm not going to do that.
Yeah, fuck that.
Yeah, no. Not going to do that.
Anyway, so Bellator had a great card. The Prodigy, Aaron Pico.
So good.
Former lightweight champion Michael Chandler.
Chael Sonnen
versus Rampage Jackson. Rory McDonald versus Douglas Lima for the welterweight championship. But also at the exact same time over on FS1 and
220
pay-per-view UFC 220.
Yeah.
Now, prelims are shit.
Prelims
there
are
were
shit.
some good fights. You brought up
so
that guy that we like.
When you pay for the pay-per-view, for those that don't know, there's like they record.
Yeah.
What do you want to call it?
B-roll
and like build up to the fight. Yeah. So the fights start at 9. The main card. The pay-per-view has the main card.
Yeah.
So the pay-per-view had the first fight at 7.
The prelims are the first fight at 7. Yeah.
On pay-per-view.
No.
On
FS1.
On FS1.
The first pay-per-view at 9.
The first undercard fight was on 9 o'clock.
Yes.
No. On pay-per-view.
What the heck?
8 o'clock.
9 o'clock.
9 o'clock.
The main card?
Yeah, main card, first fight.
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay.
So they have like specials building up to the fight. So they have a special on Stipe versus Ngannou. And they had like Stipe's background and what he's doing and his past fights. And then they got Ngannou's past fights. And then they had DC versus Vulcan and their past fights. So it's really cool. So we watched that because you pay $65 for that.
We'll
Makes you super hyped about the fight.
Yeah.
So we didn't turn it back on into FS1 until the Homasi versus Al Hassan fight. If I'm butchering their fucking names, excuse me.
Okay. Which was, as you explained to me, and I forgot to. So at UFC 218, which was the Jose Aldo Max Holloway card.
Yeah.
These two guys fought, but it was an early stoppage and like a bad call by the referee.
Yeah.
But the decision the first time around went to Al Hassan. I want to say Al Hassan.
Yeah.
But then he said like,
he didn't feel right about it.
That was a bad call. Let's run it again.
Yeah.
He didn't feel right about the win. Which kudos to him. And sorry to everyone before that, but who gives a shit.
Yeah.
So that was a good fucking fight.
Yeah. So according to this, it was 3 minutes 47 seconds of round 1 out of 3. So it was a first round knockout.
Yeah.
I just don't remember that from last night. But what?
I do remember that. So that's when he was.
So Al Hassan was throwing.
He was throwing overhand rights.
Yeah.
He would like load up from behind and then throw an overhand right. And he was throwing them the whole fight, all 3 minutes. He's going down low and then throwing overhand rights.
Throwing hard.
Yeah. And then so Hassan, the other character, he's predicting that coming. So then he starts to, with his left hand,
and duck his head
to protect himself from that overhead right.
Yep.
And Al Hassan set it up perfectly so that he cocked back. Dude goes to cover, and then he goes right underneath the chin and
knocked him out hard. He knocked out so hard.
Yeah, dude, it was scary.
It wasn't even close. I mean, strikes. Al Hassan's got 20-9.
Yeah, dude had a takedown.
Had a takedown, and that was pretty much it.
Yeah,
and so he just rocked him, man.
Mm-hmm.
Rocked him so hard, dude.
And then the next fight, Boston native, that Kyle Bocek versus this Davis character.
Yeah.
That was a good fight. It went to dude in decision to that Kyle Bocek guy.
Yeah.
Nothing wrong there. Again, it was good to see Boston win.
35 strikes to 59 strikes, Davis. So he had the advantage there, but then Bocek had 3 takedowns. Yeah. And he was pretty much commanding the fight. Davis was doing some sort of weird knockoff cruise impression where his hands were down the whole time and he was laughing and telling them to come on.
Yeah.
But he wasn't doing anything, so you're not going to win like that, that's for sure.
Yeah, so then we flip on over to the main card. And we play UFC a lot, obviously, because we're balls deep. But Kyle's been getting into
Thomas Almeida
a lot recently, which is cool.
He kicks ass in that game.
Yeah, he's a good character in the game.
26-year-old Brazilian.
Yeah, so he had a fight against Robert Font, which we were really pulling for Almeida for, just because, I don't know.
He's younger, and he's got potential to be really good.
Yeah. He's lost he's lost to Cody Garbrandt, and he's lost to Jimmy Rivera, which are 2 of the top 4 in the division. So,
but he's 22-3 now in his career, so he's killing it. But he was ranked 10th against Font's 14th ranking, and this was kind of his fight to, like, all right, beat Font, who's a good opponent, and then get back into the mix of the top 10 and start working your way back up.
Yeah.
And so we're really hoping that he would have whooped some ass, and he just did not do that.
Yeah, it was bad. It was a bad knockout. He got rocked and then stumbled and then got that
2 minutes
kick
into the second round.
Yeah, it was bad. But anyways, the rest of that main card was trash. I don't even remember anybody's name from it.
Nope.
Some Vellante versus Barroso, which was trash.
That went to decision. It was just trash.
Qatar versus Burgos.
Burgos.
Hey Burgos, get a haircut.
Get a haircut, man.
You look like a pedophile. Probably why you lost, and he won by knockout, right? Yeah, in round 3.
Yeah, it was super boring.
Yeah,
it was horrendous.
Yeah,
and with 30 seconds left of the fight, Cater hit him with the uppercut too, right?
Mm-hmm.
It was an uppercut.
Yeah,
I think it was. Am I wrong?
Yeah,
no, it was uppercut too, and he rocked him.
Yeah,
and so that turned that fight around because that was boring as shit.
Yeah,
snooze fest.
Was trash. So up to that point, we were like, fuck, we fucked up. We spent $60 on this fight, and it's not that great. But then we get to DC versus Volkan Ozdemir, and then Volkan comes out swinging, dude. And it was kind of scary at first.
Yeah.
And, coming up to the fight.
hard.
Yeah. Coming up to the fight, we were very worried. We're like, why are we so worried about DC? He's like one of the pound-for-pound best to ever do it. Brain fart. One of the pound best to ever do it, and then he's fighting this no time, Swiss.
Who's been
guy.
Rocking people?
Yeah,
4 knockouts in his last 4 fights. 3 knockouts.
Jimmy Rivera. He beat some other characters. I don't even know. Not Jimmy Rivera. Jimmy Manawa.
Yeah, Jimmy Manawa.
Owen St. Preux. He beat by decision. I don't know, some shit, but he's killing it. Definitely worthy of a title shot.
Yeah.
But just like DC said, like he's like the JV squad. You know, he's just not there yet.
Yeah.
And DC made easy work.
DC looked good the whole time, man. Did it even 2 minutes into the second round?
Mm-hmm.
In the first round, DC had him. He was just hit him a couple times, and you could tell that, you know, Vulcan wasn't ready for it.
He took him down.
And took him down a couple times, and he was on top of him. DC was. And DC was pumped. I think there was 1 or 2 swings in that first round where he really felt like we thought he was
like
going to knock him out.
Yeah,
he touched him, and you could see it.
Yeah.
And then they go to the corners, and Vulcan's face, you could just tell, like, he's like, what did I just run into?
Yeah, because at the end of the round, DC got him against
the
cage.
He had him on
like,
the cage
on
top of the back.
Yeah, or not guillotine, the rear naked choke.
Yeah, rear naked choke. And if there was another 10 seconds, maybe 15 max, he would have choked Vulcan out in the first round, which would have been insane.
Yeah, which would have been a fucking epic way to do it. So then they come swinging out in the start of the second round, and they're just guns blazing, just, you know, just throwing everything. And DC takes him down and gets him, eventually just works his wrestling, and then works it
gets him into the fucking
crucifix. Yeah.
Which, God, he's so godly, dude. Shout out to his wrestling, man.
Yeah,
Jesus Christ.
He fucking snapped. And then he's just chopping away at his head.
And there's just nothing Vulcan can do.
Yeah. And shout out to the ref for making a good stoppage there.
Well, anticlimactic, but it was so good.
Yeah, it was a little anticlimactic because it was like, you know,
he didn't knock him out.
The announcers and shit, they have a lot to do with it, and the crowd. You know, it wasn't a knockout, and he was there for a while, and it wasn't like they were like, oh god.
Yeah, because it wasn't like it wasn't ground and pound. It was
like he's like,
I have you in this crucifix, and he wasn't even throwing elbows. He was just hitting them and hitting them for I think a minute and a half. Yeah. And the ref's like, all right, you're literally not doing anything. I have to call this fight.
How it was. Like, okay, you're done.
Which is fine though, because DC.
Yeah, but it's just a little.
Fine.
It was almost like remember when Patrick Kane scored that goal?
Yeah, at the end of the first championship. And nobody could see it, so nobody reacted.
Saw it, so it's only him freaking out, and it's like, oh shit, we won, I guess. Like, but then it's like, and then it sinks in, like, oh shit, we won. Like, DC did it. Like, you know, he came back and he won the belt. You know, won it again or defended and still. That was a fucking exciting fight. Yeah,
and his post fight interview was good. He's on his knees. He looked emotional. He's just really wanted to get back into the fucking octagon and kick the shit out of somebody after the whole John Jones thing. And it's really cool that he hasn't shied away from the fact that he knows he got his ass kicked. Yeah. And so, you know, he was ready to fight Vulcan. And so he was fucking took on the challenge and rocked him, dude.
Yeah.
And so that was good.
It was exciting.
Yeah, it was.
And then we get to the main card. The main fight, the main event. Francis Ngannou versus champion Stipe Miocic for that World Heavyweight Championship. And what a fucking fight that was.
It was a little boring.
I don't know.
It was underwhelming.
It was. I picked Stipe going into it.
I picked Ngannou going into it.
Yeah, there's no wrong choice here because if Stipe wasn't Stipe, he was put.
If Stipe didn't have his chin,
yeah.
So the first 30 seconds of that fight were exactly what you wanted the whole fight to be, and then Ngannou just gassed the fuck out. Yeah. Literally, not even over exaggerating. A minute into the fight, and it was over, and his whole entire energy was gone, and then Stipe just took over from there. You know what I mean?
It's fucking hilarious, though. And then, so it was pretty much 4 rounds of pure dominance, right?
Yeah, exactly.
But fucking at the end of it, they're doing the post-fight interviews and shit. Judges scored it, I think it was like 50-44 Stipe, unanimous decision.
Yeah,
obviously.
Which was horse.
I don't know.
44. It should have been 50-40.
Yeah.
Should have been the most lopsided win of all time.
Yeah, it's pretty trash. But anyways, and then he's talking to Joe Rogan. He's like, what do you think? What are your thoughts? And then, I think I underestimate him a little bit.
Yeah, and we were saying that was the most
underrated fucking statement of eternity.
Yeah, dude, Jesus Christ. Underestimated a little bit. Like, they did not practice wrestling at all. Yeah. Even in the special, he's like, I've never faced anybody like this, so they brought in wrestling coaches. Yeah. And I brought in a squad full of people to train him on this wrestling.
Yeah.
And, again, you could be trained for everything you want, but when you're in the eye of the beast, like, your training goes out the window. You know what I'm saying? He was relying on his muscle to get up off the floor. He wasn't using technique to get off the floor when Stipe was on top of him.
He had dominant positions that he didn't even know he had.
Yeah.
Where, like, he was, like, on the cage, and he had Stipe's legs
in between his thighs, and he could have squeezed them and stretched them out.
Yeah, and fucking flattened him and tried to, like, get on top, but, like, he didn't even register in his brain that he was there. And, again, you can't talk shit, because what the fuck do we know? You know?
Exactly.
But
just didn't look like he was properly trained for that.
And he was in that same position. I was gonna say something. She just looked at the camera in 20 minutes.
Yeah.
But if that was Cain Velasquez in there or Fabricio Verdum or something like that, they definitely would. You notice those things, you register those things, and you make adjustments. And then
he was so round 1 was close.
Yeah.
2 was all
Stipe.
Round 3 was all Stipe. 4, the strikes were 80 in one round. Stipe had 80 strikes to 0 strikes. And he's like, we thought the fight should have ended in round 4.
Yeah.
Stipe's sitting on top of Ngannou. Ngannou's literally not moving. And Stipe is just hitting him in the face and just looking up at the ref like,
are you going to stop this, man?
And it's just, he never called the fight. And I don't want to say there's politics behind it, but like you were saying, Ngannou is supposed to be or should be or will be the UFC's golden boy. And I don't want to sit here and say that the ref didn't call the fight for any reason. But like, how many times have we seen a fight where a guy was way less beaten up than Ngannou was last night?
Yeah.
And like the fight was called because he wasn't reacting.
Exactly. Yeah.
And then as soon as the fight's over, he's like, "Oh, what do you mean? I'm not even knocked out." It's like, dude, you were sitting there doing nothing.
Yeah.
We watched 4 rounds of Ngannou doing nothing.
Knees on the ground, his hand on the ground, this hand covering his face from DC.
Yeah.
With like this face.
Just like not doing anything. And I don't know if you want to like add weight and like body dynamics into it, like where what?
Move the mic a little bit.
Oh, my bad.
There you go.
Back or farther?
Farther.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm way too close. Body dynamics were like, all right, if this was Stipe versus literally anyone else, I would have called the fight 3 rounds ago. But because he's 6-something, this massive of muscular robot,
bane of a character, then like I can't call it because I have no idea if he's out or not. But it was just horse. And then Ngannou managed to throw one haymaker, and he almost threw in a flying knee at the end of the 5th round. But the fight should have been called earlier. Overall, it was not a good fight because it was just 5 rounds of dominance. The first round was good. It was like the first round was exciting, and we're like, oh shit, what's gonna happen, And then the second round, I was like jumping off the couch, because I'm like, Stipe's gonna do it.
We thought he was gonna get knocked out.
They're gonna stop the fight. Type shit, because that's when he first got him down on the cage. And shit.
Yeah.
And then it was 3 rounds later, and like it kind of deflated you a little bit. Like they haven't stopped the fight yet, and he's still doing the same thing.
It was like boring at that point.
It's boring. And it's not Stipe's fault. He dominated.
No, it's not Stipe's fault. Stipe
did
exactly what he did.
It's the ref's fault for not stopping the fight earlier. Because a second round stoppage would have been like, oh my fucking god.
Yeah.
Stipe fucking stopped.
Yeah, instead of going to decision.
Exactly. Like we didn't need to watch 3 rounds of the same thing.
I think you get to 3 and then it would have been like, all right, fine,
maybe,
I get it.
Again, because he wasn't knocked out cold, and then maybe they were just trying to give Francis the benefit of the doubt, where like, let's see if he gets his gas back between rounds.
Yeah, and then Stipe. Go ahead. No. Stipe was so tired at the end of the fight, not because it was a good fight, but because he had to sit on top of this mammoth and keep him down on the ground for 5 rounds.
Yeah,
and it takes so much out of you. It's insane.
Push over an elephant and then try and stop it from getting up.
Yeah.
Like, fuck are you gonna do?
Exactly.
What I was gonna say was, then they were doing like this between rounds. Francis was getting this hot towel thing.
Yeah,
that I didn't understand.
And Dominic Cruz and Joe Rogan. Oh, they asked him after the fight.
Post-fight interview.
Okay.
Yeah.
Because usually people get iced. You get your face iced up if you're getting hit.
And they put water over your body to cool your temperature down.
Ice on your back.
Yeah, and then they're like
wrapping him in hot towels
and like patting off the sweat, and then they're like wondering why he's gassed. And they asked him about that. He's like, yeah, I don't know. The towels aren't why I lost though. Like, he's like, I don't know what we were doing. We don't pay much attention to that. He like said that. He's like, yeah, we don't pay much attention to that. He's like, but that's
we were
not
making
why I
jokes.
Lost.
Like, they've never been in that position. They never even had to get to the end of round 1.
They've never had a second
round
game
ice him.
Plan.
Like, he wasn't getting smacked. They didn't need to ice his face. They didn't need to cold press his face. Just cool him down. Put some ice bags on him. You're like heating him up. Like, what are you doing?
Yeah.
It just made it seem like his whole team didn't know what they're doing.
Yeah.
They weren't conditioned.
They weren't.
I guess they don't run at the UFC compound. They don't practice wrestling. And they don't teach people how to ice people. Because you need to get cooled down. You're wrapping him up like he's got a cold. Like he's Michael Jordan. Scoring 63 with a fever.
Yeah.
Like, what are you doing?
The boy Big Brown, Brendan Schaub, tweeted how, he said, does the UFC Performance Center not have treadmills in wrestling class? Hashtag UFC 220. And that's pretty much sums up what the fuck happened. Like, why is his conditioning so bad? Why was he not anticipating?
Stipe had 200 strikes to Ngannou's 33. And like we said, round 4 was 80-0.
That's insanity.
It was like complete domination.
Yeah.
So it was boring, yes. But it's not Stipe's fault, and it's not Ngannou's fault, but a dominant performance by the champ. Yeah. 3-time champion, or defended the belt 3 times.
Yeah.
No one never ever been done. So
Yeah,
now
so
he's by
history was
default the
fucking made.
greatest heavyweight of all time.
Yeah, with wins over. So he won the belt like this last like streak. He won the belt against Fabricio Verdum, defends it against Alistair Overeem, gets his last loss. So his last loss was against Junior Dos Santos.
Yeah.
Fights Junior Dos Santos, knocks him out, knocks all three of these guys out in the first round, I might add, against Junior Dos Santos, and then just rapes the fucking golden boy Francis Ngannou for 5 rounds.
Yeah, just
and
dominated
so like
him.
just those 4 fights, not to mention anything before that. But I think he has wins over Mark Hunt and Andre Arlovsky, I believe. But he's definitely the most decorated. Yeah, I don't know enough about Kane, if I'm being honest. When I got into the game,
I'm not
Kane
saying he's
was on his
the
way.
best fighter. He's the most decorated.
Heavyweight.
So by
He's the best heavyweight champion
of all time.
of all time. Yeah,
I'm not saying he's the best. I'm not saying he could beat Kane in Kane's prime.
yeah.
I'm
That'd
not
be
saying
the
he could
fucking fight to
stand
see.
in Brock Lesnar with the 1 month that Brock Lesnar had in the UFC.
Yeah,
But
Brock was like a fucking different freaking nature, man.
that's what
For
I'm
sure
saying.
Steroids, though.
Yeah, it's steroids, so it's whatever. But they let him play, or they let him fight,
Yeah,
and nobody was standing there except fucking Kane.
yeah.
But so we're not saying he's like technically the best, but he's got 3 title defenses. It's never been done.
You can't argue that he's not.
Yeah,
because
there's
it's
no
the
argument
heavyweight
against
division,
it.
and it's not who's technically the best. Fabricio Verdum is the best jiu-jitsu, and he's a good striker. And then Kane is the best like wrestling, and he's a great striker. Fucking Stipe's got great wrestling, great striker. So like, it's not
Kind of like the
you
Floyd
have this.
Mayweather argument.
Yeah,
He's 50-0.
you can't argue.
He's got this many belt defenses. Like
even though he might not
there's
be.
there's no technical, even though he's not like knocking people
There's
out.
no technical argument needed.
Yeah, like you can't. There's literally your argument against it is like Floyd's a bitch. Look at the people he faced. He doesn't finish fights.
Yeah, you could even. go
But
ahead.
like, okay, so what? He's a
Yeah.
defensive fighter. First of all, that's the path he chose to take, and he rocked it. Like, you know what I'm saying? It's a lot harder to argue against it than with it.
Yeah, I was gonna say even like a Khabib Nurmagomedov, he's 25-0, and he wins these fights by taking you down and pretty much raping you for fucking 5 rounds, or
Yeah,
however
we shouldn't
many
go that
rounds.
route.
He doesn't have the best stand-up striking, or at least not that we've seen, because we've seen some sloppy footwork and some sloppy striking things in the past. So
But-
it's like, but until someone beats him, and until we have other things going on,
It really doesn't fucking matter because if he's sitting there just
raping
rocking
everybody,
this guy, then it
25-0,
doesn't
who
fucking
gives a
matter.
shit?
Yeah,
it's the end of
exactly.
the fucking argument. Anyways, enough of the analysis of it. What I want to talk about is what do you think of the idea of DC versus Stipe next? Because so DC, his next fight, I don't know who the fuck he would fight. Alexander Gustafsson, but he's hurt.
If Gustafsson comes back, yeah.
Do you like that fight, Stipe versus DC?
Yeah, I think it'd be cool. Especially with what we saw last night from Stipe's wrestling
Yeah, and
You know what I
DC's
mean?
wrestling that,
and
yeah.
DC's wrestling. So, like, it just, the possibilities are endless. And then Stipe's got that knockout power. DC,
He could
I
have-
guess it's there in
Yeah.
the bag if he needed
He
it, but he's
fucking-
never used it, so I can't sit here
put
and
his hands
say,
on John Jones.
huh?
He put his hands.
Yeah,
on
he
John
put his
Jones,
hands on
you know?
John Jones.
Yeah.
But it would be cool. I mean, we're wondering when he's gonna retire.
He says he doesn't
Um,
want to go past 40.
He doesn't want to go past 40, and you said that's early next year.
Yeah, I think his birthday's
So
in, like,
let
March.
Stipe have his baby daughter be born soon. Let him take a break because he's a 3-time fucking defending champion.
Yeah.
Give him a bunch of money.
Yeah,
Let DC recover from last night, even though there's nothing to recover from because he whooped ass.
yeah.
And then have a super fight.
Like the July card or something.
Yeah.
You know,
and
a couple, 5,
I don't know.
6 months down
Would
the
you
road.
put both titles on the line
No, it would have to be just for the heavyweight championship.
just for the heavyweight?
Yeah.
And then let's just pretend DC won. I'd say retire. Become a 2-belt champion at the same time, and then retire. But then wouldn't the belt just go back to Stipe?
No,
Or would it be
it
Stipe
would
versus
be
somebody?
Kane.
It would be Kane. Why would it go? It would. I think it would have
No,
to
no,
fall
it
to
would-
a fight.
Well, no, it would be Stipe versus Kane. is
Stipe
what I'm
versus
saying.
Kane for the
so
fight,
then
yeah.
Because by that time, Kane Velasquez and DC are like best fucking friends.
Yeah.
So they're not going to fight. So that makes perfect sense. Fight Stipe. Because here's the thing about fighting Stipe, and it's kind of the same thing with like when Conor fought Nate Diaz. Like, dude, if you lose at 170, no one's going to give you a hard time because you're not a 170 fighter
Yeah.
anymore. You know, the thing with DC, he did fight. He was undefeated at heavyweight. Right?
Undefeated. Yeah.
But-
Killed the fucking
But
game.
regardless, like you're the light heavyweight champion, and this is where you're at. If you go up and lose, it's not like the end all be all. It's not going to affect your legacy.
Yeah.
It can only help your legacy. You know, because you're going up a weight class and you're fighting the champion there. Like it's a big fucking deal. It'd be like Mighty Mouse going up and fighting T.J. Dillashaw at 130.
Yeah.
You know, and it's just like, well, you're going up 10 pounds, even not bigger than that. It'd be like him going up and fighting fucking.
Because what's
Max
the light
Holloway
heavyweight
at
weight? 205.
Huh?
What's the light heavyweight weight?
205.
205.
Yeah,
and the heavyweight's 260.
265 is like the max, but Stipe probably walked around at like 240 something.
So
230,
so much weight.
something.
But Cormier can do it.
Yeah,
so
he can definitely get up
it'd be cool
because he cuts like a madman. But
I don't know. One more fight, maybe another fight against Alex Gustafsson.
And if John Jones comes back or not, he's got his fucking hearing next month to see whether or not he's coming back.
All those cocaine charges.
Did you hear about this fucking lie detector test?
That's got to be me.
Yeah.
What? Yeah, he took a lie detector test.
Yeah.
And
then so it wasn't like commissioned by the Nevada State Commission or anything like that. It was just like he went and took a polygraph in Albuquerque to see to admit that he knowingly didn't take steroids. And like I mean then this is straight jocking the fighter and the kid.
Yeah.
They're like, if it was commissioned and if they said, hey, get on a plane, fly to Boston or New York or wherever, you're taking a polygraph today. Okay, cool, on my way. But it sounds like he scheduled it. He set it up in Albuquerque.
Yeah.
His hometown type shit. Like, hey, man, bring a lie detector test. Let's take this shit. And then took it and presented that information to them. And lie detector tests, like polygraphs, aren't exactly the most fucking clear-cut thing. But to me, I think it's good.
I think the UFC should have done that. And then not make it, all right, he's telling the truth. He didn't know he was taking it. Fuck it. But add that to the file.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like, he didn't know. All right, next exhibit. Exhibit B. What's Exhibit B?
Yeah.
You know what I mean? But I don't know, man. It's pretty clear cut.
Pause for a sec. Move the microphone a little further from your face.
Why? Do you think it's loud right now?
Yeah, man. I mean, you keep backing up, but you're on a couch, man. But if you move the microphone away from you, you can sit where you want to sit.
So I can sit like that now, and now the volume's better.
Yeah, man.
All right, cool. So,
yeah, anyway.
It's cut dry. There's steroids in his body. Now, we're not going to pretend like, ex facto, he somehow gets the title back. No, because Cormier got the title back, and he just defended it.
Yeah.
So we're just talking about him being suspended forever or not. I don't know. I don't really care. I'm going to tell you what. This is what I want to see happen. I want John Jones to come back. I want DC to kick his fucking ass.
Oh, yeah?
I want DC to kick the living shit out of him. He won't. He won't.
He might.
Because John Jones is a beast, and he just won't.
Yeah.
But that would be a godly way for DC to go out. To overcome that beast, to beat John Jones, and then retire. Like, I'm out of there.
Yeah. And do you know what's, like, the crazy part of all this shit, man? Like, the fact that he popped for steroids was, like, not for nothing, the best thing for the lightweight division. I'll tell you why. Because we've already seen John Jones for Stan Cormier once, right? John Jones beat the shit out of DC. I mean, it was a close fight, but he beat him. Second fight, John Jones definitely beat the shit out of him.
Yeah.
So there was no reason for the two of them to ever fight again. Even Daniel said at the end of it, he's like, yeah, I guess there, if he beats me, that's 2 fights. There really is no rivalry.
Yeah.
Like, there's no reason for a fight 3. Technically speaking.
Yeah.
There's definitely a reason because there's hella bad blood still, and they're the 2 best in the division. We want to see them fight 100 fucking
You think
times.
there's bad blood?
Yeah, they hate each other. DC and John Jones?
I know, but after that whole bromance thing at the end of that fight,
yeah,
and all the ass kissing that Jones is
done.
DC could have taken the other way. Like, no, fuck that shit. That guy was on steroids. This is fucking horse shit. I'm pissed the fuck off. He did not beat me. I am not going to take this loss. I'm not going to sit here and pretend, no, steroids didn't have to do shit to do with it. Fuck that. He cheated. It's 1-0 in my opinion. Let's go fucking again, bitch.
Yeah.
Like, he could have gone that way, but he didn't. This whole time he's been like, man, I got my ass kicked.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
John Jones got better, man.
So I'm bringing that up to say, why'd I bring that up?
Because do you think there's really still bad blood?
Yeah, there's bad blood. Like, Jones was like, man, I fucking look up to you. You're the greatest champion ever. You're an inspiration to me. I'm going to be better because of you now. And then, DC this whole time has been like, John's, it's all him. That's why I'm asking if there's bad blood.
Yeah, no, I'd still say so. Do you get what I'm saying?
I get what you're saying. It doesn't look that. I can't look and talk.
I know. But yeah, I still think. But you're like do this, put your body gets back to this real quick. Move that.
I just can't believe you're so close to your mic and I'm like so far away from my mic. Trash.
It's trash bag.
Okay.
Okay, but yeah, I mean, I still think they definitely don't like each other, like John Jones, like, hopefully we can be friends, and Daniel Cormier was like, yeah, we're not gonna be friends.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, at least
Nice.
at the time. I don't know, 6 months later,
I don't see them being friends. I don't see him fucking sitting up at night worrying about
I fucking
John
wish
Jones
they
the way
would. I'd
he
love
used
to
to.
see the two of them, like Rocky and fucking Apollo Creed.
Yeah.
Yeah, like, God, just put it all behind you and like really just like
Do what?
I don't know, but DC would be good for John, and John would be good for DC. Yeah, I don't know. In a weird way, They have the fucking greatest rivalry in the history of MMA.
Or what could have been, I guess.
Still.
In the history of MMA. Okay, yeah.
I love it. I'd watch. I'd pay to watch them.
How many
fight
people have fought 3 times?
10 times. Quite a lot.
Yeah.
Especially back in the day. Not so much recently.
Well, yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Because there were fucking 4 fighters.
Yeah, for real. But like, you're talking.
And it was obviously like someone won, and then they fought the 3rd time to decide it?
Yeah.
Or because that was the best sell?
No, very rarely will they do more than, like, if somebody's won twice.
So who won the McDonald's shit? McDonald won twice?
Yeah, well, no, that was twice, yeah, and Robbie won both.
Robbie won both?
Yeah.
Okay.
So, like...
No reason to fight
No reason to fight again. Except they're both... Well, yeah, not anymore. No reason to fight again. But, like, Uriah Faber and Dominic Cruz, for example, Uriah won the first one, Dominic won the second one, and then fucking 5 years later, they fight again, Dominic wins. It's called the rubber match or some shit like that.
Why?
I don't know. It's just not that fight, but like the 3rd fight is called like the rubber match. Like when they have, I don't know.
That's the technical name for it? That's so weird.
Yeah, it's weird.
Like put a rubber band on the whole thing.
Who's fought 3 times? I know there's a fucking shitload of people.
I'm sure back in the day. I'm sure there was fucking Iceman versus Rampage 9.
Yeah, type shit. Yeah. I know,
Ken Shamrock versus...
I think Verdum.
Undertaker 4 times. No,
Verdum and Alistair Overeem might have fought 3 times. There's a bunch of
They
them.
might have.
But anyways, yeah, John Jones, Danny Cormier, I'd pay 3 times to watch that shit again.
And like I was saying, I fucking hope John Jones...
good.
That he comes off suspension and DC kicks the living shit out of him.
Yeah.
That would be like the best case scenario.
Yeah,
that would just be so fucking godly if he rocked him. And then DC just goes off into the sunset like that. Like, yep, I'm not this bitch.
With a fucking head kick KO over John Jones, which would be the craziest thing ever. But yeah, it was a fucking hell of a night, and there's a lot of fucking things to talk about. And then upcoming next, we got fucking what's the next one? Oh, it's Luke Rockhold and Yoel Romero,
I wanted to get into that,
which we were digging into a little bit yesterday.
Well, $220, $65, totally worth it.
Yeah, 2 title fights.
2 title fights and a couple good knockouts on the undercards. It was fine. It was a good night.
But 221.
221.
Do you have it?
Yeah.
Okay.
You got Romero versus Rockhold
for the interim middleweight because your boy Robert Whittaker got fucking hurt, and it's probably some knee shit or some back shit again. So he's out for a little while now.
Now that's a really good fight. It's just not a good headliner fight.
Yeah.
At an interim thing
for a pay-per-view,
like without a belt on the line, like they should be a 2 card. Like it should be literally anyone else fighting for a championship. I don't care who, and then them second.
Yeah,
because that's a really good fight, dude.
Is a belt.
Yeah, I know, but it's a stupid belt.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah.
It's not a belt. Do they get a belt at the end of the fight? They get a belt.
Yeah.
For what?
For winning the interim championship. That's what I'm saying, man. I was telling you last night, like when fucking Tony Ferguson fought Kevin Lee, they got a belt. He got a belt. When fucking Carlos Condit beat who the hell he beat Nick Diaz, when George St. Pierre was out, he was the interim champion. He got an interim championship belt. Now here's the thing with that. You stressed?
It's fucking stupid.
It's fucking stupid.
It is so goddamn
Robert
stupid.
Whittaker's been hurt he's been champion for like 30 fucking minutes.
It's so fucking stupid.
It's retarded. Meanwhile, you have Conor who hasn't fought since 2016.
And then they just gave it to Whittaker for what?
Because,
who did Whittaker beat?
So Whittaker beat Yoel Romero, right? Okay, so
for the interim championship.
Quick thing, right? Michael Bisping's the champion. Michael Bisping was supposed to fight Yoel Romero for the fucking defend his belt against Yoel Romero. I don't know if it was slated, but that's what the speculation was. Bisping's like, yeah, I'm fucking hurt. I'm out. He was out for a while.
Yeah.
So like, okay, man, you're gonna be out for a while, and it was like a fucking couple of months without a defense. And they're like, we're gonna have these 2 fight because Yoel's just sitting on fucking ice.
Rocks.
And Whittaker beat the shit out of Jacare Souza, and he's made his way up through the ranks. Now we got these 2 cats sitting here waiting. Not a lot going on in the division. Weidman's not fighting. Rockhold's not fighting. We need some shit. So we're gonna have these 2 fight for the interim belt. Winner fights Michael Bisping, right? Whittaker beats Yoel Romero, becoming the interim champion. Then Bisping comes back. And technically Whittaker was hurt. Although I felt he probably could have fought. But Whittaker was technically hurt.
What do you mean could have fought? If he's hurt,
I don't know.
I'm not gonna...
They could have fucking waited a month. or 2, but they definitely wanted to have him fight George St. Pierre.
Okay, so they rushed it.
So they could have waited, but because he was hurt, they're like, well, he's hurt, so he's going to defend the belt against not the interim champion.
Yeah.
Fought George St. Pierre. George St. Pierre wins the belt over Michael Bisping. Bisping's no longer the champion. Whitaker still technically has the interim championship. Because he won that. He won his guaranteed shot against the champion type shit, George St. Pierre, a week after winning, relinquishes the title entirely.
Yep.
No longer the champion. Division's up for fucking grabs.
Yeah.
The interim champion is now the incumbent champion.
Yeah.
He is now the
and that
number
is
one
fine.
guy. Because he had a real title fight against the true number one in Yoel Romero.
Yeah.
Right? And this is all like last month. That fight was the beginning of December.
Yeah.
And then Whitaker was champion by the start of the new year. And it's only January 20th. So he's been champion for less than a month. Maybe a few
And he got
days,
hurt
you know
again.
What I'm talking about? So he was slated to fight Luke Rockhold, which is a fucking beautiful fight.
So godly.
At UFC 221 in Australia, where he's from, is going to be like the homecoming type shit, Kind of like when Stipe went back to Cleveland for his first title defense. Yeah. Shout out to them for doing that. And then he gets hurt. Okay. Your boy's hurt, but it's been a month. He'll be back. Even if he was back in 6 months, which he won't, because he'll probably be back in 4 or 5, 3, 4 or 5. I don't know.
That's a long time, man.
Regardless,
that's a long time for somebody who didn't even like.
But regardless, Conor hasn't fought in over a year.
Yeah, no. Well, that's a whole different thing.
Championship too, but I'm talking about like it's only been a month. Even if he's hurt, like Stipe didn't fight since May of last year. They didn't fucking bring in someone. It's like 9 months.
Yeah.
They didn't bring in a new fucking.
I just think it's dumb. I just think the whole interim thing is just dumb.
It's fucking retarded.
It should be like number one contender fight.
Exactly.
They just put a belt on it to sell it.
Doesn't need to be a pay-per-view.
Back to the pay-per-view, yeah.
It goes back to that shit. Throw it on Fox. Luke Rockhold versus Yoel Romero for the number one contender in the world. That's all you need to call it. It's a Fox card.
Even if you want to call it the interim championship, like, all right, that's our title for it, but we know it's number one contender.
Yeah.
The next time the champion's available, you're fighting him. Don't put a belt around his waist like he just won some shit.
Yeah.
Like, unless you kicked Whitaker in the fucking neck.
Yeah.
Unless you kicked Whitaker in the fucking neck, don't put a title around his belt. Yeah. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like, that's just horseshit. Yeah. I think it's stupid. It's like giving a participation trophy. Like,
it is. It's like exactly.
You either take the belt away from Whitaker, like, dude, you're hurt. You didn't even defend it. You didn't even really beat the champion for it. I can't give you this belt, man. We gave it to you because you're an interim, but you're hurt. We need to fight. We need this belt to go to somebody. I got to take it away from you. All right, man. There's nothing I can do. I'm hurt. I'm going to come back and whoop these people's asses later. Yeah. Fine. Fight for the goddamn title. And then whoever wins, when Whitaker's healthy, he'll come back and fight. Rockhold beats Romero for the title. He is the champion. And then Whitaker comes back in 3 months, and they fight again. That. Yeah, okay. I'd rather have that. Yeah. This interim shit is retarded.
Yeah, it's fucking stupid.
Or again, just don't put a belt around anyone's waist. You're the interim champion. Contender. You're the number one contender. At the end of the night,
people know what that means, whether they know what the fuck interim champion means. Like, to the average fan, interim championship.
He has a belt, but Whitaker's really the champion. This is weird. There's 2 belts.
But how many for the entire history and fucking length of boxing and pro fighting? Number one contender. Like. You could go fucking walk up to Johnny Blow in the middle of the street and ask him, do you know what the number one contendership means?
Yeah.
They're going to know. Like, yeah, he's the number one guy. He's going to fight the champion, right? Like, of course. Yeah, that's what it means.
Because there's a champ, then there's the number 1, and then there's number 2. I remember one time we were watching a fight, like, way back when I started watching. Mm-hmm. It was number 2, and I was like, oh, so that's the guy up next. Like, no, number 1 is up next. Well, number 1 should be number 1. I'm number 1 on the list, baby.
Yeah.
No, there's champion.
And then
number 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 5. So this shit's already fucking crooked anyways.
Yeah, it's retarded.
So they have a champion, interim champion,
and then number 2,
who is Whitaker.
Yeah. And
now Rockhold and Romero are gonna fight. So now you have Whitaker's champion now. You know what I'm saying though?
Yes.
So it was Bisping.
But you're talking
Whitaker interim.
Had George St. Pierre not retired, you're talking about having these dudes fight for fucking like the interim.
I think it's stupid.
It is stupid. And
anyways,
again,
back to 221. It's just such a bad card. Horrible sell.
The top 2 cards. It's fucking the shittier version of
what we just
watched.
Yeah.
Because the top 2 fights are great. They're very good fights.
Mark Hunt versus
Curtis Blades. Curtis Blades is a fucking up and coming heavyweight, right? And Mark Hunt, obviously a legend and Australian, or he's from New Zealand, but same shit.
Yeah.
So that's why that makes sense to be so high on the card. And he's a legend. So Mark Hunt versus Curtis Blades, great fight. If Curtis Blades gets this win, he's fucking a fight away from title contention.
Yeah.
He's some shit. And then obviously the Rockhold Yoel Romero is a great fight, and we're not trying to dispute that at all.
Yeah, it's
a
gonna be
fucking
godly.
fantastic fight, but it's just headline pay-per-view to put a belt around him. It just feels dumb, kind of like again Tony Ferguson, Kevin Lee. Rest of the card, literal trash. Only dude I know is this Tyson Pedro guy who's fighting at I think the start of the main card.
Yeah.
And I'm pretty balls deep in fucking MMA, so I don't recognize any fucking buddy here. And I'm sure they're all from either Japan or New Zealand or Australia or somewhere over on the Western Hemisphere. Fact is, I don't fucking know. That's what fight nights are for. Put this on cable so I can get to know these people. You know, that's the thing that the fucking UFC is fucking up. You know,
Yeah, man.
Either bring in someone else to fucking defend the belt.
Even the fight night on February 3rd, the week before that pay-per-view, you got fucking Machito versus Anders, who's 10-0. You got Dodson versus Moonhouse, which should be good because fucking Dodson's a beast.
Yeah.
And then you got Shevchenko.
Valentina Shevchenko.
Yeah, versus Kachoria.
And that's in
Who's
Brazil,
8-0.
right? Yeah.
Yeah, I think it's in Brazil.
Yeah.
And that's 3 right there for a fight night. And then you got Brazaris versus Green. I don't know who the fuck Brazaris is, but he's 22-2.
But it's free, and I'm gonna watch it. 'Cause
Yeah.
It's free, and it's gonna take me. You know.
You got Santos fighting Smith. I don't know, man. These aren't trash. Like,
No, it's fucking good. And I mean, even coming up next week, we got Jacare Silva versus Jacare Souza versus.
you know who this guy looks like?
Derek Brunson.
The guy on the left.
Guy.
The guy on the left. He looks like
At the
an
top.
actor. No. What
On
are
the
you looking
bottom.
at? Let me see. The bottom left. That guy.
He
Guy with the
looks-
wide face. Who does he look like? He's an actor. He looks like a muscular version of an actor.
Of Crossbones.
Crossbones?
What's his name, bro? What's his name?
He's not a big actor. I literally saw him in a... He was in a
You know
TV
his
show.
name?
I don't know his name.
Oh.
But I told you the movie, you'd know.
Tell me the movie.
You Mean Dupree.
I don't know that movie.
You don't know You Mean Dupree?
I've heard of it.
It's got a chick. It's got Owen Wilson.
Oh,
And then
okay.
there's a third guy.
Yeah.
So you see his face? What?
Yeah, move the mic away.
Remember his face.
Yeah. You can
We'll
pull up
figure
the
this out.
character. What's his name? Remember his fucking name.
I don't
too,
know his
so I
name.
can put like a picture of him. It said it right there.
Oh, that guy. Oh,
Yeah.
yeah, I'll get it.
I'll find it. You're pulling up You Mean Dupree, right?
Yeah. So do you remember his face, though?
I have it here.
Okay.
And I'll pull up a picture of him for you guys to see at home. Oh,
Matt
which
Dillon.
card were you on?
Or no,
Matt
Matt Dillon.
Dillon. Okay, I know Matt Dillon.
Okay. So you see that face?
Yeah, okay, let me pull this up. What, that was on the Machida card?
Yeah. Look at that face.
Okay, pull up Matt Dillon again. I got this character here. He does look like a yoked ass Matt Dillon. Ah,
Right?
yeah, look.
He looks like fucking Matt Dillon, dog.
Fucking God. Shout out to you for thinking of Matt Dillon.
Yeah.
You know where I recognize him
Because
from?
I just saw him on an episode of Modern Family.
Oh, yeah, okay. I think of The Outsiders.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah,
oh,
he's the
yeah.
older brother.
Jesus
Yeah,
Christ.
yeah.
Yeah. Wow.
Yeah.
You went way back.
Do it for Johnny, man.
I think it was Modern Family.
Do it for Johnny. Fucking jacket.
Yeah, it was Modern Family.
Yeah.
It had to be.
Matt Dillon's
Yeah, it was Modern
Good
Family.
looking character. I was just reading all about those guys. I was like balls deep in some Wikipedia binge of they were called the Brat Pack.
Uh-huh.
So it was like him, Anthony Michael something, Anthony Michael Murray or some shit like that. You know, the kid with the braces who's in Batman.
Yeah.
You know? Okay, it's 16 Candles and like the Breakfast
Okay.
Club and all that whole squadron.
Yeah,
of
yeah,
kids.
yeah.
And they all make movies together, and
Yeah.
they were called the Brat Pack, and
Okay.
he was part of that. And Emilio Estevez.
Yeah, yeah. Bunch of guys.
Who's the guy? Rob Lowe. The little redhead blondie.
Trash.
Uh,
How's he say it? I'm insane.
I am it. He's fucking jackass. Best show ever, by the
Yeah,
way.
so good.
Yeah, so underrated.
Anyways,
But
back
yeah,
to the
so
point.
anyways, fucking shit, we get off topic.
221 looks like trash.
Jinx.
You owe me a Coke.
Blowjob.
Twins, ready? Go.
1, 2,
Start with the letter
A.
A. Ready? Go.
Ready.
Apples, bananas, corn,
carrots, dicks.
I didn't want to say it, but that's where I was going.
Yeah.
A, B, C, D, E. Yeah.
E. All right, what's E? Ready?
Go. Ever,
Elephant. Frankie.
George,
Giraffe,
Henry, Ichabod. No, I was kidding.
Isaiah Thomas. Let's answer J. Go J. Ready?
Jake,
Jake.
Kyle, Luke.
Luther.
Oh, that was
shit.
close.
Twins.
That was so
That was
close.
good. Jake Kyle Luther. You don't remember that?
No. Oh yeah.
Yeah.
That would have been good.
I'd always
I went Luke
whenever I
because
looked at a
Luke
keyboard,
Rockhold.
Kyle had two best friends growing up named Jake and Luther. And whenever I would look at a
JK.
keyboard when I was a little kid, it'd be like JKL. Like they're in that like descending order.
Yeah.
And I would always think Jake Kyle Luther.
Yeah. Nah, I want Luke Rockhold.
Okay. There you
We're
go.
fucking twins. Literal
Yeah,
twins.
for sure twins.
It's hilarious.
But yeah, that card looks like trash. And then 222 without whatever. We could talk about MMA all day. But anyways, we'll talk about 222 later. Let's get to 221 first. But they did announce this past weekend. I'll talk about that for a sec. Frankie Edgar versus Max Holloway defending his featherweight championship 145-pound belt. I don't know if they've said where yet, but I'm excited. Frankie Edgar's a fucking
Should
champ.
be a good fight, man. I think Max is gonna kick his ass.
Yeah, for sure. I don't
Max
know.
is gonna kick him.
Frankie made some fucking easy work at Yair Rodriguez the
Yeah.
last time up and his last fight, so he could do it again. And then they also announced that 223, which is in March, I think, or May, it might be April, I don't know. Headlining fight is going to be, we can talk about this, Tony Ferguson versus Khabib Nurmagomedov for the official lightweight belt in the UFC. So Conor McGregor will be stripped
Really?
by the time.
When did they say that?
At the UFC 25 year reunion, 25 years press conference they held before, I think on Friday. So Conor McGregor will be stripped. He hasn't been officially stripped yet, but he will be stripped by the time that fight comes.
So how does he avoid being stripped?
He won't.
Or he can't?
Yeah, he can't.
He can't be like,
Fight.
all right, I will fight whoever right
Yeah,
now.
I mean maybe, but
He
because
won't.
he's fucking.
He's
Conor,
not
but
gonna
he
fight
won't.
Tony.
And,
He's not gonna fight Khabib.
Yeah, so he will be stripped, and Tony's interim belt will become the official belt. So Tony is the champion
Yeah,
of the lightweight division.
and then he'll fight
Fucking
Khabib.
deservingly so.
Yeah.
He's on a 10-fight win streak over some fucking killers.
And then he'll fight Khabib.
And he'll fight Khabib, who is also a killer. And he's on a 25 strike.
It's gonna be such a good fight.
Yeah, and they were at the little presser, and they were talking a little shit. I like him as a fighter. He's a weird character. He actually has some weird tendencies. He came out in a short sleeve button up, very nice, with a black vest, very nice, with a black tie, very nice. Short sleeve, kind of weird.
Yeah,
For sure, wear long sleeves.
weird.
Then on his left arm, he's wearing an armband,
Like a
a
colored
LeBron
armband.
James arm sleeve,
Really?
underneath his nice shirt,
Yeah.
and then he's wearing these dick sucking sunglasses.
Maybe he's ready to fight.
I don't know. He's just a weird guy. He's
Yeah.
cool and shit, but he
You're a
trains
little
at
weird when you get hit
10th
that many
Planet.
times in the
He
face.
trains at 10th Planet Jiu Jitsu with Eddie.
Alvarez,
No, not Eddie Alvarez.
Brock?
Eddie. What's his name?
Venom,
The dude.
Tom Hardy.
Eddie Bravo.
You went a way different way. I was.
Yeah, my bad. Eddie
Eddie
Bravo.
Brock.
Who's
So funny.
he's super conspiracy theorist, and they're just a group of weirdos, but they're cool as shit, and obviously fucking
He
killer
whoops
at
ass,
jiu-jitsu.
so whatever.
Yeah, exactly. You can't complain. But Habib comes in and he's just fucking Slavic as shit, and he's wearing just a black long sleeve shirt. You know how badass you look when you wear a black long
Yeah.
sleeve shirt. But
Like a
Habib,
god.
right?
Yeah.
um,
I'm sure Khabib almost looks as good as I do.
yeah, I'm sure.
Needs
But
to
then
wear
he's
black outfit.
10-0 or 10-0, 10 fight win streak, 25 fight win streak. Somebody's streak's gonna end,
Yeah.
and they're gonna fucking.
How many
do
in
it.
the UFC?
I don't
Khabib?
know, not a lot. Maybe
6?
7 or 8. Yeah,
Oh,
some
okay.
shit like
Well, that's
that.
still some shit.
No, yeah, but because Tony has the longest win streak in that division at 10.
Yeah.
So Habib's got to be somewhere under that. But still, fucking regardless, it's insane. And then the undercard, co-main event, is Rose Namajunas versus
Oh yeah.
Joanna Jędrzejczyk 2,
Rose
which is
is
going
gonna
to be
whoop ass.
fucking killer. I hope Joanna wins.
Yeah.
I'm a fan of hers. I want her to win. I think she's the true champ. Rose got the best of her that night. She's not the true champ. I mean, Rose definitely won, but I think she's a better fighter than Rose. And if they fought again,
Yeah.
and she doesn't let that happen, I think she takes it. And then that division needs a trilogy. It needs an intense rivalry
Yeah.
like that to help build it and get some fan interest.
Yeah.
Rose winning doesn't do much because it's okay, you're a badass. Who are you gonna fight now? But Rose losing, and she's kind of gained some popularity and attention now, and people are gonna want to see her come back and win again.
Yeah.
And that's really gonna be big. Here's the thing, I don't want to stop talking. I gotta fucking pee. Do you want to talk for a second? Can you
Sure,
handle
man.
it?
I could do that. Should I move on?
Yeah.
Should we talk about the football stuff?
Yeah.
So we can close this. Alright. No, just kidding. So anyways, moving on from the UFC talk, because it's an MMA show now. The fights. Jesus Christ. The football games are happening today. Patriots versus Jags and Minnesota versus Eagles. And these are my picks. I'm picking the Patriots in a very close game against the Jags because that defense is phenomenal. Saw a thing on Instagram the other day where they're better than the 85 Bears in defensive touchdowns. They're better than the Broncos in total yardage. They're better than the Seahawks were at passing yardage. And they're better in sacks than the 0-2 Bucks. And it's just like, what the hell? All these godly-ass defenses. And they're like the perfect culmination of all of them. If Blake Bortles just doesn't fuck up, which he has done a tremendous job at so far these playoffs, then they should win. Let's pretend that Tom Brady and the defense canceled each other out. Then it's Blake Bortles versus the Patriots defense, and the Patriots defense is probably better than Blake Bortles is. Therefore, Blake Bortles should lose. What's flashing on the camera real quick? There's like the time flashing, or what's flashing?
It's probably just flashing, warning us that it's going to split soon.
Oh, maybe, yeah.
But I think what were you saying?
Blake Bortles. So I was discussing the Patriots versus the Jags.
Right, and
I picked the Patriots, but it's going to be close. If Tom Brady and the godly Jags defense cancel each other out, then it's Blake Bortles versus the Patriots defense. And 9 out of 10 times you'd have to pick the Patriots defense.
Okay.
So unless
That's
Blake Bortles or Jimmy Verdette, or his name's Jimmy, right? No. Leonard Fournette. Jesus Christ, call him Jimmy.
Like Jimmy Fournette.
Leonard Fournette goes the fluke off.
Yeah.
Then Patriots should win. Yeah. Maybe on a defensive, maybe too many turnovers. But it would be a good game. What do you think?
I'd pick. It's hard to pick against the Patriots.
Yeah, it is.
Right.
And it's fucking in Foxborough.
It's Tom Brady.
And all this shit going on. All these coaches are getting fucking hired everywhere. I don't know if you've been paying attention.
Yeah, their whole fucking team is
offensive coordinator got fucking. He's going to the Colts.
Yeah.
Defensive coordinator's going to somewhere else. So that whole
regime is going to be broken up.
Yeah, that we were talking about I think a couple weeks ago.
Yeah.
Who knows if they're going to be together next year? But one last hurrah! I just don't think the Jags are going to beat them.
Yeah, I don't know. A win for the Jags. We're getting this fucking far as a win for the damn Jags. But a win for the Jags would be to come out and not look like trash. To have Blake Bortles not look like trash.
Yeah, I guess.
And I mean, for sure you're gonna lose. You know.
You think so?
Yeah.
I don't know, man. They got two
Matt
of the best
Ryan
corners.
And that fucking.
Well, they were 28. They were up 28-3.
Yeah, I guess so. And their defense isn't like this defense.
And they just could have literally scored a field goal, and they might have won that game.
Yeah, sure. I don't know, man.
It's gonna be a really good game.
What time does that start?
2:00.
Cool.
So we're gonna watch the shit out of that.
Yeah.
And then you got your Minnesota Vikings versus your Philadelphia Eagles.
Yeah, I'm a former fan of both those teams.
It's fucking hilarious. And now they're both here, and you're not a fan anymore.
Yeah, which is
Craig's curse.
Yeah.
I'm just kidding. You got Nick Foles versus fucking Case Keenum, who were both on the fucking Rams
in like 2012.
Under that coach with the mustache who used to coach Jeff Fisher. And then Case Keenum made a funny joke. It's like, oh, this is what all you guys predicted back in the day. Case Keenum, Nick Foles, Super Bowl. Shout out to Nick Foles for doing good, though. I mean,
stepping in for fucking.
Can't remember his name. Flintz? Kuntz? Cam Newton.
No, it's not Cam Newton. Somebody see Carson
Cam
Wentz.
Chancellor.
Carson
Wentz.
Cam Chancellor.
I'm just kidding. I'm just kidding. He's been really good. And then fucking.
He's been doing all right.
Case Keenum stepping in for Teddy Bridgewater and Sam Bradford.
Yeah. He's fucking crushing it. They're both
shout out to Rams quarterbacks.
Developing later
who were
on.
Shit.
Yeah.
Like
Sam Bradford, Case Keenum, and fucking
Nick Foles
are all in the NFC Championship, which is weird. Yeah, it's gonna be a fucking hell of a thing. I'm
picking the Vikings.
Yeah, me too. And they beat my fucking Saints, which was a fucking tearjerker of a game.
It was fucking horrible, man.
Damn.
Jesus Christ.
But none of these teams except the Patriots have won a fucking Super Bowl either ever or in forever. Yeah. And I have this thing, and Kyle knows it, but I'll explain it. And I probably have explained it on the show in previous episodes, where if my team loses, that team better win the fucking Super Bowl, or I will hate you forever. Yeah. You know, like, so
what did I lose
when the
to you
Blackhawks lost to the Kings?
Yeah, in that Game 7.
You better win the fucking Stanley Cup, or you suck. Because we would destroy, I forgot who they beat. Like the fucking Bruins or the
2 years ago when we lost to the goddamn Blues in the first round. I was like, the Blues better go on to fucking win the championship.
And then they lose.
They lost the next round to some fucking
Minnesota
team.
Or some shit. Not Minnesota. To fucking Nashville or something.
Yeah,
somebody
stupid.
Where it's like, dude, we would have fucking destroyed them. Like,
yeah.
If you're gonna beat us, you better win it all because otherwise it's in vain. Like otherwise, like we lost and then you lost
on a last second hooray.
Yeah. fucking chuck up touchdown.
Yeah.
So that with the mix of, I just think the team is overall better. And I trust
the defense is so
Case
godly.
Keenum's had, Nick Foles has like 3 games. I think he played the last game of the season. Or the last 2 games.
He got injured earlier than that, man. He was like,
He
there was like 4 games.
like 2 or 3 weeks away.
It was like 4 or 3.
Okay.
For sure. Because they
So
were
let's
like,
say he's only
he got
played-
hurt, but they're like 10-1. Are they going to be able to finish this thing out? And they did.
Yeah, okay. So let's say he's had 5 games this season. Tops.
Yeah.
You know, I'll take Case Keenum
Yeah.
over that. I don't know. And there's
No,
that
I'm
defense.
with
The
you.
Vikings defense is fucking gnarly.
It's Case Keenum versus Philly's defense, who's really good. But then it's fucking Nick
Nick
Foles
Foles
versus
versus-
that godly Minnesota defense, dude.
which is really fucking
Really
good.
fucking good. So,
I got the Vikings, and I'll just go on a ledge here, and I'll say the fucking Jags win by some miracle. They beat the fucking Steelers, man, and
they
the Steelers
rocked the
aren't
Steelers
nothing.
twice.
I'll take the Steelers offense over player for player. I'll take the Steelers offense over the fucking Patriots offense. And
Yeah.
they made easy work of them.
Yeah, yeah.
You know, because
Turnovers and running the ball.
yeah,
Fucking, so they were on last week, Jacksonville, like right at the beginning of the game, they were like on the 2, and they ran it for a touchdown, and Steelers stopped them. And I was like, oh shit, man, that would have been really good. A great way to start the game. 4-2 on the 2, fourth down on the 2. Like, all right, kick the field goal. I go to the kitchen. I come back, turn around, and they scored. They went for it on 4th down at the beginning of the game, and they scored. Like, what a fucking mentality.
Yep.
They're like, no, dude, this is fucking Steelers. We whooped their ass last time. We're confident. We're 2 yards out. We got, like, the best rushing running back in the league. I'm going to run this in. Boom.
Yeah.
Seahawks, you suck.
Man, what a fucking game. That was a fucking hell of a game. It's been a hell of a playoffs, man.
Yeah, it's been really good.
I feel bad because I didn't pay attention to shit during the regular season, but I've been balls deep in the playoffs.
Yeah.
But whatever, that's fucking sports. Seasons are way too long.
Yeah. I'm fucking busy. Trying to put the show together.
The last year and a half, I saw a fucking post the other day, and it was like
I think I tagged
some
you on
highlight or some shit, and it was like, no, you know what it was? I went on the Kyle and Craig page on Facebook, and I was like looking to see what we've posted recently and like what is going on with it and shit. And it was posted in like July of 2017. You're like, guys, personal issues. Sorry, we suck, but it's coming back better than ever. Stay tuned. And like nothing after that.
Yeah.
It's gotta be fucking.
We got to get to
suck.
10, and we're 2 down, so shout out to us. Yeah. So, yeah.
Yeah, but
Current events, Chin? No, just kidding.
What'd you say? What'd you say?
I said current events, Chin.
We need a chin. I want to turn this camera around, but there's literally an empty chair behind.
Yeah, that's
Do we need a
hilarious. No,
producer?
it's just funny. I was just being funny.
No,
Because they like always have things to talk about, and then when they get done, Brendan's like, current events, Chin? And it's just so funny because he's like done with the show. He's not done with the show. He just always seems like he wants to get out of there,
Yeah,
and it's just
got
funny.
something else to fucking get
Yeah,
to.
he's got something else to get to. He's so busy.
Yeah.
Anyways, so
I'm fucking exhausted, dude.
yeah,
I stayed up way too late. I went to bed at like
I was up at like
1 o'clock.
fucking 2
woke up at,
o'clock in the
like,
morning.
7, which isn't that late, but like that's still solid 6 hours. Actually, I probably woke up.
I've stayed up later these last 3 weeks than I ever have in like the last 7 years. I've stayed up till like 1 o'clock in the morning at least 8 times in the
Fucking
last
YouTube,
3
right?
weeks.
Or what?
Fucking YouTube and not being able to fall asleep in bed
Yeah.
and fucking
Playing video
Battlefield.
games that late at night, and like I think even like last night, the reason I didn't want to play, I wasn't even all that tired. But like we'll play like Battlefield or UFC like late and shit. But anyways, hey,
You're fucking stupid.
no, just kidding. But I think like playing those games late at night, it wakes me up, and that's why I don't want to play. So it's like I'm kind of sleepy.
Yeah, I don't know why you do that. You're like, I'm tired, and then like 3 hours later, you tag me something on Facebook. Like we sure could have played one game,
Yeah.
and then like you tell me you're going to sleep, and then you stay up and watch the entire press conference.
Yeah.
Like
Again,
we
'cause
sure
that
could have
shit
played
wakes
one
me up,
game.
and it keeps me fucking up at night, and it
Yes.
brings my fucking adrenaline levels back up. And like where it's like, damn, I'm kind of sleepy now. I better just crawl in bed, watch some shit, fall asleep when I can.
Okay.
Versus like play this game. I sucked. Run one more. All right, that was better. Let's keep it going. Keep the streak alive. Oh fuck, I can't finish on a bad note. Better do one more.
Yeah,
And then like,
yeah.
hey man, it's been 2 hours, and you work in 4, and
Yeah.
for sure go to bed. Like
Yeah.
and now I'm wide awake and I can't fall
Yeah,
asleep.
I
Like,
suck so bad. I keep doing that, man.
exactly.
Yeah.
So it's just like I better fucking not.
Gotta start sleeping with the phone in the living room. I just don't trust clocks. I got a real issue with
I don't even
clocks.
have an alarm clock. I haven't woken up to an alarm clock in forever. My body wakes me up at like 6:30.
Well, shout out to you to fucking having a job where you wake up that late.
6:30. It's not that late. Only you wake up at 5 in the morning.
Yeah, no, mother sucks.
Rest of fucking America wakes up at like 8. I wake up early. I'm up before everybody else in that goddamn house.
That's amazing.
Yeah, but
It's so quiet.
Yeah, let's wrap it up. That's a good show, right?
Yeah, it was amazing. Yeah, no, I don't think there's anything else to talk about. We're fucking
UFC 220 was
climbing on
ish.
62 minutes, which would be an hour if you don't know math. No, just kidding.
Shut the fuck up. 220 was a fucking hit. Bellator happened real quick. Aaron Pico.
Yeah, we said
won.
that at the beginning
Did
of this
we?
hour episode. Yeah,
That was a long
that's
fucking-
what I'm
it was a
saying.
long fucking night. All right, cool. Stick around next week. We're gonna be doing some different shit. You guys will see if you're on this channel, click like and subscribe.
Yes.
Right. But also, if I don't suck at my job, there's gonna be some video gameplay for me and Kyle playing some UFC on here.
It'll be uploaded as a different video, but it will
Yeah.
be on the channel.
Yeah, and then
It's game time, baby.
yeah. What did we?
I'm pretty sure that's it. It's game time.
No, there was another one.
Bro time.
Bro time.
Bro time, but what if we don't play games together? What if you upload something or I'll upload something and you're not with me?
Still like bro time. What was the other one? Is that in the text stream?
Yeah.
We're working on names. It's game time. It might be. It's game time.
I like it's game time. It's
Yeah.
game time.
Yeah.
It's game time.
It's time. I'm not mad at it's time games.
Yeah, but then that's a huge
No, that's-
copyright.
yeah,
we
for
can't
sure, no.
use Bruce's
Can't do that.
voice.
Anyways, we're gonna be doing some shit with this channel, and it's not just us talking out of our asses. We literally have some things made, and that will be up here. So yeah, come back next week. Love you
Yeah.
guys.
See you guys. Bye.
Adios.
Adios. See you
Rubik's
next
Cube.
time.
Do we have Rubik's Cubes?
Rubik's Cube battle.
Rubik's Cube battle.
I like sports. I could do something in sports. Maybe I could be like an announcer, like a color man. You know how I always make those interesting comments during the game?
Yeah, you make good comments. They tend to give those jobs to ex-ball players and people that are, you know, in broadcasting.
Well, that's really not fair.
I know.
Rubik's Cube.
I don't want to do that. Is there any way to like fix it?
You're retarded.
Is there any way to like? Do we want to turn the camera or do we want to leave it stuck?
What do you
there?
want to do? What do you mean?
We'll just like aim it up a little higher, so I don't have to fucking stand like I don't want to fucking. There we go. Right in the middle of the screen. It's awesome.
All right. Ready?
No.
City. No.
I gotta start with white because I fucked up last time. You got me on that shit. I never used to start on white. I used to
No.
start on whatever.
Oh.
You're like, I always start on white. You're like, oh, you started on blue?
Yeah. That's just weird.
Yeah.
All right. Ready?
Alright, ready, set, go.
I fucking suck.
Yeah, fine. I'm sorry, Cole. Damn it.
I got literally.
I suck
I'm
at
doing so trash. If you don't win, you're trash.
Fucking stupid. Shut up.
You got.
Let me laugh.
You trash.
Hey, you trash. God damn it, Craig. No!
You finished the
I
bottom.
don't know. Oh, yeah? Why?
Okay, that's all I'm doing.
Okay. Don't beat me getting really trash. My hands are nervous. I don't know why.
I'm so sweaty. I'm nervous.
So embarrassing. You better not rely on me. Fuck, Craig. Okay. Lied. Lied! No, Craig. No. No, Craig. No. No.
Done. Done. You suck, dude. What the
Dude.
fuck was that? I was like, why aren't my hands working? What the fuck did you do?